Yo, what's going on, guys? Koi here. Let me just make sure my mic's in the correct order. All right, there we go. So today we're actually going to be showcasing Super Buu, and the reason I wanted to do this was because I don't think a lot of people understand. Uh, well, at least I don't see like a lot of people do this, which they should be doing quite uh, quite often whenever it comes down to just talking about new characters, and that probably has to do with build order. What's your character's build order and stuff like that? Like, what do you do first? What's the move? And I'm going to show you guys like my method and my build order for what I kind of go for whenever it comes down to farming and stuff like that. With Super Buu being the brand new hot starter on the market, and there's two ways you could do this. Obviously, um, one, I have a maxed out level 70 Buu with Phoenix, and he does have very decent A plus stats and stuff like that. I did only have to roll a couple times, but he is a 5% unit from the brand new raid. If you haven't seen how you obtain him, I would check out the YouTube video that I made about that as well. It's the hottest video right now for obtaining every single brand new unit that came out and everything with that. Besides that, though, I'm going to take you through and help you understand how I did this build order and stuff like that, and what's kind of the method to kind of making this work. And let's go ahead and get into it. So, first things first, two super boosts is all you're going to need for any bit of content in the game. Now, you can do two different things. One is upgrade both boos to get that extra 10%, to get that extra 8k damage or more damage, depending on your traits, obviously. And then after you get those two boos down, they're going to start farming money because they do a lot of damage on placement. And if they aren't doing that damage on placement, obviously you have to kind of like put a little bit of money into each one, which is going to let them do two times more damage, and then they'll still do it. They'll still do the work. And what we're aiming for here is we're aiming for the ability to put down our Namis and our Light Law. Now, it is up to you if you want to use Light Law. You don't have to. Honestly, I do think that he is kind of like nice to have, but I don't upgrade him on story mode missions at all. I kind of just focus directly on my Namis because Nami's so cheap to use. And you could be like, well, you could do the law method as well, and you could do that way as well. But honestly, I like the Nami method a lot better because it's faster, it's cheaper. You could get her down off rip once you get that first stage. So I will be doing this twice, just kind of showcase both ways that you can kind of do it. If you don't want to see that, then you can just rewind, watch how I did my first placements, and then kind of work off of that and really see how it works for you. But as you can see, all I have to do is just work on these two boos. And then for wave 10, I change up the pace a little bit. I get that one boo kind of maxed out. I get that second boo, take him to that next level. Now we can take out air units. Now, what's so integral about getting Species Ender on boo is that multi-hit massive AoE attack that does so much damage. As you can see, this is my range right now with obviously with Phoenix and stuff like that. But it's a multi-hit large area of effect attack. Now I do change it up a little bit here, and the reason I do is because with bosses with a lot of shield, you have to have shield breakers. If you don't have shield breakers, then you bring stunners. If you don't have stunners, then you got to change up the pace a little bit and bring multiple units that will do a lot of like multi-hit at the start. If you don't have a shield breaker, I insist on investing in shield breakers. Obviously, shield breakers are just going to be like the main meta for defeating any type of end game content, and I did bring one, which is my Itachi. But I am going to go ahead and now sell my farms. You're going to lose them anyways once you actually get all that stuff done, and then you buy that max, and then I'm going to bring my shield breakers in, which is my Itachis, and you'll notice that Itachi does have a multi-hit fire-based cooldown, and I don't have to do anything else. Like, this is pretty much it. This is all I have to do left. These two boos are pretty much going to do their entire job. As you can see, the Itachis are going to help break that shield, and then the boss is pretty much mincemeat from here because there's no way the boss is going to make it through this. Easy, massive amounts of damage off rip. And this is me farming my Dragon Ball right now. So as you can see, it is like super easy to just get this boo down for 500. There are other characters from this Dragon Ball update that have been able to do this too. It just comes down to if you are going to do this quickly. Like, obviously, I messed up my farm a little bit there because I could have did this a lot faster. It's all about build order off rip. If you could get the build order down before that wave 3, you're doing great. If you hit it on wave 3, that's totally fine too. Like I said, you could go for the Nami one instead. So let's get that money back and let's kind of like just focus on Nami instead. and then get that next one real quick. As you can see, we get the next upgrade here, and we only take Nami all the way. And we're just going to go ahead and just try to see how that kind of works instead of Law. Obviously, I am going to be working with a little bit of uh, a problem with my money there, but honestly, she makes so much money. It's really not that big of a deal, and she actually is just perfect for this build order, especially working with any starter unit in the game. Um, I mean, we could try a law method too, but honestly, I do love Nami's method. She's cheap, she's easy to get, and she's incredibly good to use, especially for a new player that's getting into the game. Let's say, like, you want your buddy to pretty much play the game with you. The best way to do that is by giving them a unit like Buu that's so good off rip, and then helping him farm that, like, that easy cake and stuff like that. The cake that all you need is, like, to get and kind of focus on that thing. As you can see, we are a little late on the build order just because that Nami start was not perfect, which is okay. So what we're going to do here instead is we're going to pop an Itachi, probably... Oh, we can't put an Itachi back here. All right, that's probably going to be a major issue for this build order. That's okay. All right, we're going to go ahead and take it to the next level. Hang on. Let's see, what are we working with here? We could probably work with an Itachi here. As you can see, that late build order will destroy us a little bit, but it's okay. Honestly, it's okay. Because Itachi is honestly a solid unit as well. He's going to end up doing a lot of clearing. And if I want to help him out, I can help him out with the second Itachi or a third Itachi. He only costs 800 on placement. And then after that, boom, we get Species Ender. And then now we have that massive AoE attack that we wanted. Of course, a little late on that. Probably could have did a little better with Law, but the build order does suggest kind of working with Nami a little bit more. Then once we get that, because right now we're done. Like, we pretty much have finished here. If you don't have Law, like light Law, you'll probably do just fine. Um, or you could also work on the second one too. So you could work on the second one at the same time, just kind of get them both to Species Ender. That does work too. But honestly, you don't really want to put down more than one Buu. I mean, more than two Buus, because then it gets too expensive. And then you start to waste money on characters that you don't necessarily need. Like, you could also place, like, a air unit that has multi-hit off rip, or just an air unit in general, and that'll also help you out. It just depends on what you have. Obviously, if you are kind of working on that raid, then you will have, like, air units like Itachi and stuff like that, that will do the work for you, and they're incredibly solid units. After that, we do have our 2 units down right now. We're already on wave 9. We're about to get our max again. As you can see, we are literally doing just fine here, and there's nothing they can really do besides just take damage. And if you guys do want to know the actual DPS of the unit, it is not hard to calculate. All you have to do is just kind of like go with whatever the actual damage number is, and then divide that by the number of seconds. And this does vary depending on the unit. Obviously, the unit is completely different. Like, if it has like a burn or anything like that, you have to put those mathematics into there too, which will matter quite a bit. So we are going to take Buu's damage, and we're going to go ahead and divide it by 6.6, and that's going to give us about 5,400 damage per second with some change. So we are going to go ahead and go with Buu right here. As you can see, we still got our maxed out Buus, even with the Nami method, and now he's already dead. We could still put down some more Buus if we wanted to, just to put like that end game right there. As you can see, we got another Buu down with that 23%, and uh, yeah, it's just a super, super solid build. All right. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope this helps you out. If you guys don't have Majin Buu, I suggest getting a friend to help you out as well, because Majin Buu's placement is just so good for that early game placement. As you can see, we get that the Nami. We're still in wave 2. We get another Nami down right here. We're only going to focus on Nami this time, because I think that that's like that. But I think this is the end of the video for you guys. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Hit that notification bell down below. I hope this build order does help you out, and this I would recommend this to friends. Take it easy and peace.